For the state of New Jersey, a lot of things are normal and status quo. You have snow every early December, and the Devils seem to fire a head coach mid-season a decent amount, and especially recently for the New Jersey Devils fans. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe. The New Jersey Devils have fired head coach John Hynes. So John Hynes, the former head coach of the New Jersey Devils, has been fired by the Devils. He was the fifth longest tenured coach in the NHL at the time of his firing. He's been with the team for a couple of years now, 5 years with the New Jersey Devils. In his first season back in 2015-2016, there was a lot of hype around John Hynes. The Penguins had given the Devils the opportunity to sign him as a head coach, as John Hynes was previously the head coach of an AHL affiliate of the Penguins in the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. He had a really good record there with the baby Penguins. He did get an opportunity to coach in the NHL. He came to New Jersey, a rebuilding team, a lot of bright spots coming up. They've had numerous top draft picks in the first round, early first round picks. A lot of them haven't turned out too well. A couple we are yet to see at this point. But in his first season in 2015-2016, at the age of 40, he was a young coach, and that's a considerably young coach in the NHL. 84 points with the New Jersey Devils in year one. Pretty solid season for him and the Devils. They finished 7th in the NHL. Oh, excuse me, that can't be right. Maybe 7th in the Eastern Conference. I'm not sure, but 84 points on the season. He led them to 38 wins on the year, so a pretty solid win, a pretty solid season overall for the New Jersey Devils. Now we move on to 2016-2017, and they definitely took a dive in the wrong direction. 70 points on the year for the New Jersey Devils in year two with John Hynes, 28 wins that season. 2017-2018, 44 wins for John Hynes. That would turn out to be his best season in terms of wins for the team. 97 points for the Devils in year three. So a little bit of a bump in the road in year two. A year three that would end up being his career best with the Devils with that 97-point season. Year four, 2018-2019, coming into the Jack Hughes situation. Figured they missed the playoffs. After making the playoffs and playing the Tampa Bay Lightning, this past season, 72 points for the Devils and 31 wins for John Hynes and the Devils. And now we're into this season where he only lasted 26 games into the year. 2019-2020, he had 22 points and 9 wins on the year for John Hynes before the ties were cut between him and the Devils. We heard earlier in the season, there was actually a game before the Carolina Hurricanes where it was rumored that would be it. If John Hynes lost that game against the Hurricanes in Carolina, likely John Hynes would have been out then. I believe they ended up winning that game and things turned around. Maybe they didn't have a coach that they felt was ready to fill in at that point. They didn't think they'd need a coaching change this early in the year. Fortunately, they did. They just signed John Hynes to a contract extension last season, so a little bit of a hit there for the New Jersey Devils. Not a great look there. They'll be paying that off, I'm sure. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. He lasted 5 years with the Devils, 5 seasons. This is a rebuilding Devils team, but even Andy Green said himself, the captain of the Devils, he's seen this numerous times in his tenure with the Devils, but it's on the players. He's sacrificing his job, really not to his own, decision making, but his job was at the cost of the team's performance. And Andy Green said that that's the scapegoat. That's the easy, way to shake things up for this team. More than likely, that just shows yet again the Devils are in a little bit of turmoil. They aren't going to be keeping Taylor Hall. It's only a matter of time before he gets dealt. We've heard rumors recently. And we'll see what ends up happening. But John Hynes, he'll probably find another coaching job sometime in the future if he could get on a winning squad, maybe as an assistant, and maybe he could win a cup with somebody somewhere, and he could get a head coaching job again. We've seen it before. The Devils went a little bit off the board when they hired John Hynes, picking up a guy from the American Hockey League who did have a good resume. But remember, he was with the Penguins organization, and anybody under that organization in Pittsburgh, under that umbrella, they're going to be pretty good. And unfortunately, you look at some other guys like Jason Boudreau, who's the Buffalo Sabres general manager. Some people are a little bit indifferent on him. He was also a part of the Pittsburgh Penguins organization at one time. So just because you're from Pittsburgh and you have that knowledge, it doesn't always mean you can translate it to another team. We might have seen it here with John Hynes. So let me know, what do you guys think? Make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think of the Devils firing John Hynes? They have a new interim head coach, Alain Nasreddine. I've never really heard of him, but again, the Devils seem to be going off the board here. We'll see how it looks for the Devils. Hopefully things turn around for the Devils. It's a shame. They had a great season a couple years ago, that 97-point season, and since then, they've kind of fallen off. They do have some really promising players, though, in Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier. Some of those other guys, Pavel Zacha, Michael McLeod, what are we seeing from them at this point? Those are the first-round picks. From the Devils, we talked about Toronto, putting the blame on the head coach. Well, after the head coach, who's next? Kyle Dubas was in Toronto. Maybe Ray Shero for the New Jersey Devils. So let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.